Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I made my Snow White ears. So first I went and I found a design I liked to give the poison apple look and went through and adjusted. I took a screenshot of the apple I wanted to use and kind of went from there. This process was kind of fun to do and challenged myself. So you'll see here me getting it all together and just trying to figure out how I wanted it all to look. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch that process. You'll see that I went with a few different ways at first, and then I finally found the way I liked the best. And what I'm doing here is I'm placing images on top of each other and then welding them together so it makes it blend into one go. I didn't like how that one turned out, so you can see here I'm like, actually let's not do that, let's do something different, and we go in a different way. And then I went ahead and made all of the dwarfs' names, and I pushed them closer together and welded them and colored them to their respective color. I like to use the grid chart to kind of help me keep a line on where everything is to make sure I'm having it all lined up correctly. That's my number one trick that I do, if anybody was wondering. And as you can see, I was not happy with how that turned out and decided to do it a different way. So I took a screenshot of the bottom part and just decided to clear off what I wanted to use, what I needed for extra, and welded that part together instead. And I feel like that helped a lot more. It's really just trial and error with it all, trying to get it the best you can and what's going to be your way that you like the best. Once you have everything you want to go ahead and mirror all your stuff and go ahead and go on and print. As you can see on here, I paused it because I didn't realize that I wasn't on the right one, and so you can just go ahead and pause your work, unload, reload your mat, and make sure you're cutting the correct cut. It's very important to pay attention to that stuff. And the way you know is how you can see that the cut that we're on right now has like a whiteness to the back of it and the other ones don't. Also, you can see the image of what's being cut on your screen, but if you're unsure, that's another way. And then go ahead and get my mat and I layer my paper down. As you can see, I changed my vinyl paper, and that was because I realized since there were lines on the back of my vinyl that wasn't going to be transfer vinyl, that would be just normal vinyl instead of heat transfer vinyl. That's a little trick that I found, is that it's either going to have the same color on the back or it's going to be a flat white background. And then I go ahead and weed all of my my templates and go from there. And like I said, 10 out of 10 recommend a headlamp. I really find the tweezers do help when you have smaller projects to kind of get into those nitty-gritty parts without ruining what you're trying to do. So I just go ahead and do this for all the dwarfs and for our apple. And I will say that when you first get any new hot glue gun, it does take a little bit longer for everything to heat up inside, and I wish I would have started heating up my hot glue gun earlier because I had to wait a little bit. But I really did like this hot glue gun. I like that it's plugged in, so I didn't have to worry about the battery dying on it. And I told this to the guy that sent me it. The only thing I would wish is that they had longer glue sticks, which I'm sure you can find somewhere, but in this case they just come with the short glue sticks. But other than that, I really did like the hot glue gun. I know we're not at that part yet, we're watching me weed right now, but I just wanted to go ahead and say that right here. I do also want to say I didn't really show me doing my iron-on part of these because I totally forgot to film it, but I used a metallic gold foil heat transfer for Grumpy's name, and I use that heat transfer vinyl a lot. And when you have that kind of transfer vinyl, you have to let it sit like a minute or two before you pull off the sticky part that everything is on, because if you don't let it sit, it's going to just pull up with it and it will ruin your design. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're using that kind of vinyl. And please excuse my no makeup face. Right here I am just drawing the tracers for the ears. Since I'm doing everything in red, I needed four sections. I really try to keep everything as close as I can together so that way I can utilize my fabric and get better use out of the fabric I buy, because it really goes a long way if you do things the right way. Also, sorry this was not in better frame either. I totally thought I was in frame and I just didn't even think about how I was not in frame. And you see me struggling to be like, oh look, no, we're in frame. No, Sammy, we're not in frame. I don't know about you guys, but I love when the fabric just kind of foils down together. It could just be a me thing, but I definitely do love that. Also, the hot glue gun came with, so the bag of glue sticks, but also the finger protectors. And I am so excited because they work. They really work. No more blistering fingers, and especially when you have hot glue guns like this, you're gonna want your fingers protected because they get very, very hot, and it's not good to do that to your skin. We need to be nicer to our skin. And the cardboard you want to use should be thicker. This is obviously very thin cardboard I'm using. I do have thicker cardboard I use, but I do try to use like cardboard from boxes and stuff like that, so that way I'm not wasting. But I definitely recommend if you're a first time ear maker that you use a thicker cardboard. And also, I don't know if anybody will point it out, but I know I spelled template wrong on that template thing. I spelled it French, okay? Let's not talk about it. And as you can see, I have a lot of other vinyls on my table and a box of pizza because I was eating pizza, and I literally weeded so much vinyl this night, but I only showed you the part of that was for this project. So that's why you see that, because yeah, if you live in Fort Collins, definitely go to Crazy Carl's because it's amazing. So now that my hot glue gun has heated up, I went ahead and I put the fabric to the back part. So the reason I have that white part is because I wanted it to look like when you bite into an apple, how it's like the white part of the inside of the apple. And as you can see, I didn't make it perfectly like flat down because all of that's going to get folded over anyway, so there was no point of fighting with it. I then go ahead and lay my ear like shaper down, and I fold the fabric around, just making it stick to the back so then I could stuff it. And this was my first time ever using finger protectors, so that's why I look all weird. I'm like, I don't know how these work. What am I doing? It's awkward. It's like when you have a Band-Aid on your hand and it's like you can't do anything the correct way. This part, you can see I use my new Cricut press that my boyfriend got for me, but I did it off the camera, so I'm sorry again. But here you can see now I'm folding over, and you'll see what I mean here, that I fold over that one piece that the glued together fabric pieces are, and you can't even tell because it just was fine. I will say I struggled a little bit getting the glue sticks in because I'm just challenged, but I think also just because it was a newer glue gun, it just was a little bit harder. I remember that with my Ryobi too, it being a little bit harder to wiggle in the glue sticks. So I think as I use it more, it's going to be fine. And it has been fine, I guess I should say. I've been using it. Now I'm just getting my stuffing, and oh, Evie, that scared me. I did not realize she ran across like that, like a little black ninja kitty. But now I'm just stuffing my ears to the likeness that I want. Sometimes I make them extra stuffy, sometimes I don't make them very stuffy, sometimes they're like not stuffy at all. Like, I don't know. It's just whatever I'm feeling in that moment. And then you will glue your ends down for the closure, so all the little stuffings you just put in there doesn't go all over the place. And this is me trying to be better at showing what I'm doing. And then you want to just glue around the edging and the inside of the ear and stick your other side onto it to make a full ear. I will say with thinner cardboard, it does pop off on sides, so you kind of have to push really, really hard. And yeah, so now I'm making my other two ear pieces with my French template. And going to glue those together and stuff them. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize my little strappy doodah fell down. But now I just took some shiny brown string thing and went around the ear as a border. And yeah, did that. I'm trying to clean up glue because, you know, you gotta clean up the glue as best as you can. And see, look, there I was being intentional, being like, oh, look, camera, can you see me wrapping the ears, because it's just one. But I promise these will get better. I will figure out camera angles and all of that stuff as we go. This is definitely going to be what I want to have my videos around is shop videos and stuff like that. And then I cut to making the bow. I fold over and then I glue down and then I lost cuts, and now we're just going to show the ears, and I'm super happy about them because they came out really, really great. I did bead them up with Julie's, and then of course they glow in the dark. Ah! And then that is my TikTok, so if you want to go follow my TikTok for more shop videos as well, you can do that. But I am so in love with these ears. I love how they sparkle. Thanks so much for watching, guys.